"Hey God," I said, "what's got you down?" You see, I'm not used to seeing the divine frown, especially now with his eyes fixed firmly on the ground as if he were too tired to even look at me. "Hey God," I said again, "what's got you down?" God coughed, scoffed softly, brushed his sweater off and stood up. Then he looked at me in the eyes, took me by surprise, grabbed my arm, squeezed it hard and said, "Chris, let me show you. We're in Sudan. Watching blood-stained sands, man kills man. This isn't the way things were planned," God tells me. "You see, these are my children," God tells me, "but you sat back. You sat back as gunmen and blackjacks blazed guns and pushed packs, knifing backs, burning shacks and raping girls. And you sat back as kid soldiers dropped their pencils to pick up rifles, rifling through their canvas packs, sacks to find stacks of dynamite strapped to the backs, blowing shards of sharp metal and pieces of hot glass into the souls of their countrymen in this war for Sudan. Meanwhile, you sat back," God tells me. "That's why you need to stop dreaming. You need to stop sleeping because there are things to be done." God leans in close. "Chris, that's why you need to. That's why you need to. You're in Cambodia, watching 14-year-old kids work 14-hour days, stitching shoes to bring home a tenth of minimum wage to feed their 7 brothers and sisters. This is the way things were planned," God tells me. "You see, these are my children," God tells me. Some days I wish I could give them the courage to stand up and tell Nike, "You just do it." But I can't do that while you do this, God tells me. So that's why you need to stop dreaming. You need to stop sleeping because there are things to be done. God leans in close. "Chris, that's why you need to." We're standing in a schoolyard in Canada. It's raining hard, but all I can see is a 14-year-old girl walking slowly away from me. Her name? Well, that's anything you want it to be, God says softly. That's why you need to wake up, because there are things to be done. There are wars to be won for she. For she is that quiet classmate sitting next to you in math class practicing Boy Scout knots on necktie nooses in preparation for what's to come. And she is that girl, so starved for affection that she sits carving rejection into her arm like an amateur tattoo artist. And he is that boy who faced up to his father's fist with all the fearlessness of a fighter pilot, who realized that his father's need to be violent stems from a father who was always too silent. And this is for the father who drags himself from bed at 5 to drag his son to hockey at 6 and drag his daughter to swimming at 7, drag from a cigarette at 8 before punching the clock at 8:30. For the man who returns home at 8, tired and dirty, who slams his wife against the wall because supper isn't ready. And this is for the wife who hasn't finished preparing supper. For the mother whose soul is as strong as a boulder. She carries the weight of her family on her shoulders. And this is for the man whose heart is as hard as his liquor. The only thing stronger than his fists are his liver. That's why you need to wake up, God screams at me. You need to wake up, God shouts at me. I need you to wake up for all those little ghetto ballers who gave up running fast breaks to chase fast breaks for fast dollars. And I need you to wake up for all those little wannabe rappers who gave up writing sheets of rap for a list of rap sheets. For those who wander the streets looking for love in all the wrong places. For those who roam the globe wondering where love's face is. I need you to wake up for all the times you stood at the front doors of abortion clinics screaming at 15-year-old girls as they enter instead of waiting at the back door to hug them as they leave. I need you to wake up for all those times you got drunk on Saturday, went to church on Sunday to pray for your friends who got drunk on Saturday. And I need you to wake up for all those times that you were the hypocritical, critical Christian, criticizing their pagan lifestyle while your own lifestyle styles itself just like televangelists' hair. All slick and slide, slippery as silver slope will slide their way into the ear. And that's why I need you to... God whispers at me. You see, I know these days might seem pretty dark sometimes. Some days I wake up and just pray for the day to be over, but other days I wake up and remember that I am a miracle, formed by a creative hand, or the Big Bang. And regardless of where you stand on that issue, recognize that your muscle, bones, and tissue form the credited, intricate, massive assets just waiting to be unleashed upon the world. So live your life by 4 words, God tells me. Love, joy, pain, and hope. Love because it binds us. Joy because it finds us. Pain because it blinds us. But hope, because when time finally winds up on your existence, recognize the persistence through the struggles, what finally brought you through the trouble. See, I don't want to be that old man on my deathbed who never learned how to live. No. I want to be that great-grandfather who died skydiving, who always knew how to give, who always knew how to laugh, who always knew how to make others laugh, and who always knew how to hold someone's hands, so that one day, when I make it to the promised land, I'll look St. Peter straight in the face and demand, damn, let me in, man. I got a date with God in a minute. I brought the beers. You guys can finally kick back and have a cold one, see. I sure took the long road to get here. See, when I reach that place, when I'm done this race and finally get to see him face to face, yet on that day, I know God will finally look up from his bent over position on that burnt up, broken down Broadway Street bench and say, Chris, I'm so glad that you finally decided to.